DaRon Bland looks like a dude. And I know it's early. And just
come on.
Which one, Will?
I got something.
I got all. Quit that guy. I got all. DaRon Bland looks like a dude. And let me just be careful, man, because I know how y'all motherfuckers in the chat box be, man. I ain't saying DaRon Bland a Pro Bowler right now, bro. I ain't saying that. But what I am saying is for the level of dudes that was out there, if anybody was sticking out, and there was some dudes on the field, like Neville Gallimore jumped off the film, right? All right, Neville, shot out of a cannon, smoked them children. You don't fit in this group. You know what I'm saying? When Dante Fowler was out there, oh, Dante Fowler, you don't belong here with these backup guys. You should go with them other dudes. You don't fit here. I would say the only corner on the field that went in that category, like, y'all don't belong here with these backup guys.
Yeah.
It's DaRon Bland. I'm not saying DaRon Bland's going to be a Pro Bowler or nothing like that, right? I ain't saying, well, shit, we don't know. But I ain't saying that. But I'm saying if it's Diggs, Brown, Jordan Lewis, conventional wisdom say that the next three dudes or the next two dudes were supposed to be Kelvin Joseph and Nashawn Wright. Well, that'll be the conventional wisdom.
Not after
training camp. We see Izzy getting reps at corner or whatever. It's like, all right, cool. Izzy getting reps at corner. But when the lights came on, DaRon Bland looked amazing, Wills, and amazing in context of what he was doing, right? We're in a preseason game, second team guys on both sides of the field, but DaRon Bland looked like one of your better defenders in that mold, which means if you're better than all them dudes, Will Steele, there's a spot on this team for you.
Oh,
now, exactly. Now, if DaRon Bland do this 2 more times, you on to something.
Shit, might have to do it just next week. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Will.
I'm just saying, because let's just be blunt about the situation. I think we're at the point now where we can take off the damn. We don't have to baby this man no more. Kelvin Joseph has not been impressive. I think we've been tiptoeing around this, and I think it just needs to be said. Now we can get on to Sean Wright. Sean Wright didn't have a great game. Deshaun Wright been killing it at camp.
Sure.
Kelvin Joseph, basically what you saw in the game is kind of what you see at camp. He's just like, I mean, he's here. Yeah, he gave up a touchdown, but not too many yards. It's just kind of like, nothing is impressive about it. And you only got 3 of these games. Yeah. 3 of them. And DaRon Bland came out and was 10 times better than those dudes. And if you don't believe me, go watch the tape. Even on plays where he wasn't getting the ball thrown his way, DaRon was sticky. He was hitting hard. He was physical. He got targeted 7 times. So don't say it was he only threw it to him once. He got targeted 7 times, gave up 2 receptions for 2 yards.
2 yards, bro.
He was coming down, filling in the lane. He looked natural. It looked very natural to him to be either on outside or inside. I was very impressed with how he played on the slot. And then he played 24 snaps on the outside too. So he was a player of the game, period, for the Dallas Cowboys. And that's saying something.
I was watching the game live, and I was like, all right, DaRon Bland made a handful of plays. That's cute. I go back and watch the film. I'm like, am I bugging? DaRon Bland looked like he all over the place. I go to A to Z Dallas. Will got a fucking highlight tape of all the DaRon Bland shit that he did, and it's 4 minutes long. I said, let me just watch this. Just DaRon Bland just doing shit. Bro. Yeah. He was bursty. You know what I mean? He felt lengthy. I know he's on he's like 6'1", 6'2"?
I think he's 6 foot. Like I think he's 6 foot flat. Yeah.
Something like that. He looked long, like how he covered. He looked long. He looked bursty. He looked smart. He looked in the right position. Like he played the ball well. He tackled
very well. Yeah.
Him hitting people was the highlight.
I put in here, play like a veteran. And I get this with the young guy, but that's just kind of how it looked. I mean, I can only tell you how it looked. I'm not saying that's how it's going to look game 1. But he just played very confident and sure of himself. And he has this, I call it like a click ability. You see it, you click, you go. He was reading these plays as if it was game planning. He wasn't. Just natural instinct is why he only gave up 2 yards. You know, because he saw it, he beat maybe a block or he beat an angle and secured the tackle for 1 yard on a reception. Just a really good, the best the best cornerback game from a rookie over the last 2 years in the preseason. The best.
Yeah. That's no exaggeration.
No.
That is not hyperbole. I agree. DaRon Bland looked incredible. Landlord Draw 5 in Super Chat says, got the notification from the Voch channel, but I know you prefer us to turn up at the volume. Shouts out to Voch and Scott Witt, goddamn. Appreciate you, sir.
Salute.
So now I'm asking you this, Will Steele. DaRon Bland is a new challenger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the D-line dudes, right? Roster building is about to be weird, man.
Yes.
Building this roster is about to be strange, bro. I pulled out my little nifty roster sheet, my little name sheet, and they like to categorize everybody by, like, you know what I'm saying, what position you play or like what number, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. Very nifty in this situation. I looked at the D-line, Will Steele. Not counting Micah Parsons, is 12 dudes on this list, bro. It's 12 dudes. I got Billy D, Dante Fowler, Tristan Hill, DeMarcus Lawrence, Carlos Watkins, Dorrance Armstrong, Terrell Basham, John Ridgeway, Neville Gallimore, Oso Digizua, Quinn Bohanna, Chauncey Ghost. That's 12 dudes.
Yeah.
What the fuck do we do? What do we do? And look, conventionally, somebody be like, well, damn, do we cut Tristan? Because, I mean, we used to hating on Tristan. Tristan ain't the 12th dude on this list.
Nah.
Or the 11th or the 10th.
Tristan Tristan needs to be involved with this team. But then you go around and you say, well, so does Bo. Then you go down and you say, well, so does Basham. So it's just really hard. And I'm greedy. I don't want to cut none of them. I want to keep them all.
I keep them all. I keep them all.
I want to cut them all.
So, Will, humor me because I know you're good with this kind of stuff. I don't know, but how many D linemen made the team last year?
Oh, I would have to go look that up about how many made the team.
I would say it's about 10, maybe. I think
they
like
usually try to carry 10. They might have carried 11. But you also got to remember, initial roster might be 9, right? Or 10, and they cut somebody to bring them back. Or initial roster might be 12, and then they IR somebody. So it's really weird because Neville got hurt, right? So Neville wasn't there. Tristan wasn't there. So that's 2 guys that weren't available that came back later in the season. So I'll put it this way. It wasn't this deep to start the season. It wasn't this deep at this exact time last year.
Right. Who do you think is safe to cut to bring back later? Right? Because I feel like if you cut any of these dudes, there's somebody waiting to pick them up. Like, these dudes are like dudes.
Well, what I mean by that is a vested veteran. So a guy like Basham might be vested. I have to go look at how many years he's been in the league. I don't know how that goes. But what I mean is, hey,
okay,
we're cutting you to get Washington on the team. Then we're going to put him on IR, but we're going to sign you back. Those little weird roster moves like that. That's what I mean. But only Basham and Fowler are the guys what if Fowler takes it as disrespect or something like that?
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even want to like play that game with them, right? So that's 12 D linemen that could make this team. Shit, Carl Lewis. Okay. And now we're looking at the cornerback position. And going into this, man, I mean, DaRon Bland was a guy that we drafted, right? So we feel like, okay, well, maybe like that's a special team.
He was going to make the team.
You know what I'm saying? But this dude is like, okay, he's up the depth chart now. You know what I mean? Yes. So when we're roster building, we're going to have to cut somewhere, right? So a team that normally carries 3 quarterbacks, I don't think that's going to be a thing this year, right? I think last year we carried 4 running backs, 1 being a fullback. I don't think there's a way you can carry the extra fullback this year, right? You know what I mean? So what do we cut? I know some of these tight ends probably not going to make it.
I wouldn't carry 4.
You know what I'm saying? But there's Dalton, there's Sean McKeon, man. Hendershot looked fine, man. Ferguson had a good little game. What do we do? I know Ian Bunting probably get his head chopped off real quick. He might be the first one off the list. But, Sprinkle's a guy that they trust in the blocking game. He didn't have a great game, but he's a guy that you trust. You know what I mean? So, like, what I'm saying is, at certain positions, certainly not all, right? But at certain positions, I think, we're definitely depth up. We're super depth up in a certain particular few spots, right? Even if we look at what's our guy, Turpin, right? Like Turpin was getting all of the, kickoff reps, right?
He was. He ain't do nothing with him, but yeah.
He did nothing with him, but he got him. He was first dude out there, right? So what do we do, Will, still when it comes to roster building? I know dudes are getting cut right now. Ryan Nall just got, and the chat can't stop talking about Ryan Nall getting cut. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of your fullback part of your fullback problem there. I don't think we're gonna have to run that fullback thing this year. But I just think D line is so important that you're just gonna have to keep all 12 of them dudes, or have to trade one of them guys to get.
I mean, if you need to cut, they'll cut Carlos Watkins. If they absolutely have to. But Los has not been a disappointment in camp. So
I like Carlos.
Los has been solid. I mean, that's fair. It's tough to see any of these dudes go. But
Chat box, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I mean, you're gonna have to cut either a vested veteran, or go short somewhere, wide receiver, running back, quarterback.
Chat box, I would love to ask you guys, of these 12 defensive linemen, let's just say 2. What 2 would you, and let's move on from, you can trade, you can, cut whatever you want to do. Chat, out of these 12 D linemen, what 2 do you not hold on to? Sam Williams, Dante Fowler, Tristan Hill, DeMarcus Lawrence, Carlos Watkins, Dorrance Armstrong, Terrell Basham, John Ridgeway, Neville Gallimore, Oso Odigizua, Quentin Bohanna, Chauncey Gold. So some of those names are a little more obvious than others, right? Like, like we're not moving on from DeMarcus Lawrence. Like get
Watkins and Basham. That's the easy answer.
Watkins, Basham. But I hate that though, man, because Basham going crazy too, man.